Hi and welcome to Cheeky Crypto. In this video today, guys, we are taking a quick look at Solana and specifically the price action of the SOL coin. What is likely to happen next, and is a correction going to come in now we've taken out the first price target? Guys, as we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, then do go ahead and hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will not miss another update. Right, with that said, done out of the way, let's get into some technical analysis for Solana. Okay, so we are starting things off on the daily chart here. This is Binance as the data source, and we're just paired up with USDT. Okay, and the first thing we want to acknowledge is, of course, to head into the oversold area with the stochastic relative strength index, right? This is happening even though we are pushing up the price to the first price target, which comes in at $82.87. Okay, this is the 1.618 extension level of the Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, so doing pretty well there. Now, what we're looking for here is to see if we are likely to push up past the resistance line of this area, or whether or not we are going to pull back and find the support, which comes in at $70.37. On this daily chart, things are nicely corrected, as I said, on that stochastic, heading to the oversold area, but not oversold just yet. So there is still a bit of progress here to say that we might see a pullback. But with that being said, we are doing very well at the moment. So when we actually check this on the hourly chart, we can see that we are looking to pull back a little bit, okay? So here we can see that we're fighting that resistance line again, but whilst we're fighting that resistance, we are also up here in the overbought area. So we are looking for the short-term pullback that will correct our stochastic relative strength index on our hourly, okay? So from here, where are the expectations? Well, there's a few interesting areas on that journey to the downside. There's an interesting area at $78. This is an area that we've been wicking down to previously, just over here, right? But ultimately, I think by that point in time, to be honest with you, I don't think that's going to hold. So we have to look to go a little bit lower than that personally. I think we are going to find that our interesting area of support may come down to somewhere like $76. And if we are able to do that, then that'll be a really good strong support, hopefully, to push us to the next level and get us past this resistance up here. If it doesn't hold, then guys, yeah, unfortunately, I do think that the strongest support line that we do have going for us is the $70 range. And again, this is something that's been so heavily consolidated around before that it is kind of a bit of a strong support line that could be where we bounce up from. Now, I don't think we need a steep correction like that, but it's always important that we know that there is this strong support there in that range if we need to. I think it's important that we acknowledge that there's quite a few interesting areas all around here, and I'll mark a couple of up for us, right? So what I'll do is I'll throw this one on here. This is an interesting area at $74. I'll go ahead and find our support line just up here, which again, this is an area that we bounced from previously. This comes in at $78, okay? And so if we do break one of these, then look to the next support to hopefully hold. You can wick below them, so it's important that we really just acknowledge where the closed bodies of the candles are going. But ultimately, yeah, this is looking pretty strong here. This was a previous area of resistance over here. So this is the first one that we want to focus in on, right? At $78, will the $78 area hold? Now, this can be done and can be achieved if we lose momentum from everything, right? So if we throw that volume on there, for example, we've had good volume coming in, and as we started this kind of correction at the top here, we can see that the volume's actually decreased, right? So we're stabilizing around this area because we've decreased the volume, and that will allow us to lose the momentum from the stochastic relative strength index. So we can correct our stochastic whilst basically trading inside this area here, if of course our volumes stay nice and low. If, however, we set a spike in selling volume, right? If we get that spike in selling volume, then ultimately we'll probably lose that support line and look to go down to 74. Ultimately, we want to keep the volumes low whilst we correct on this hourly chart. So in the next few hours, Solana is going to be quite key to see if it does end up going for a break to the upside. Now, that's possible on the daily, but not so possible right now on the hourly. So we need probably in the next 6 hours or so just to correct the stochastic relative strength index, lose the momentum, keep the volumes down nice and low, and then build those volumes back up in a really strong way and then push past that resistance line. Okay, so $78 is the first area of support that we want to hold. If it doesn't, then look to 74, and if that doesn't, then $70 is the very strongest support line that we should have. That will basically be a very strong support for both the daily chart and, of course, the hourly chart. Now, on the weekly, again, this just shows us the kind of progress that things have been going on. on here, and again we are heading to the overbought area, so pretty good there. Everything's on track. Obviously the first target, the second target coming in at $121, 161, then 185. So we're up against the first area of resistance. This is usually where profits will be taken, so it's no wonder that we're getting rejected from here. But again, Solana's doing very well, so it could go after that second target very, very soon as well. So lots to kind of play out for in the case of Solana. Now what I will do is I will check this out on here on the 𝗲𝗓 dashboard, so we get a good idea as to what is going on. Let me just see if I've actually already added it. I have, so let's go ahead and take a look. So here we can actually see that Solana has actually gone up a rating. So the artificial intelligence is indicating that a push to the upside is probably more than likely. So in A2 rating, so it's doing very, very well. There's AMI-HAD ratios, A2. The fear and greed index is up there at extreme greed. Okay, so this is the area that obviously it's important that we acknowledge that when the markets are greedy, profits are usually taken, and usually when it's incredibly fearful is when you buy. Okay, so for the case of Solana here, then the fact that it is, of course, extremely greedy right now, and the price will potentially move to the upside, but be cautious, people will be taking profits. The 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗧 ratio is well above the 50 average, a 50-day average there, so it's doing really well. A2 rating, the profitability is up at A1 rating, right? So the ratings from the artificial intelligence machine learning at the advice.io dashboard is looking really, really positive. We've got nothing of concern here. We've moved up a rating from A3 to A2 overall. So everything on the artificial intelligence perspective is looking very, very positive for Solana here. So again, indicating what is likely to come today. We could basically have a short-term pullback on our hourly and then an explosion to the upside that takes us above the $82 resistance line that we're currently fighting against. Okay, so yeah, really good stuff. Hopefully you have found this brief update on Solana useful and informative. If you have, then do go ahead and hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will not miss another update here at Cheeky Crypto. With that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you in the next one.